Ever wondered what it takes to build a business to someday sell for millions of dollars? Or what separates the founders who cash out with a fortune from those stuck in the day-to-day grind forever? I've wondered the same thing. And that's why I'll be breaking down the best advice from Bryan and Shannon Miles, the husband and wife team who sold their company for $126 million. But it's not just about the money. It's about the mindset, the strategy, and the little known secrets and truths that every founder needs to hear if they want to successfully exit their business in 2025 and beyond. So wait, stick with me, because the biggest mistakes that founders make are often the invisible ones, the ones that they don't notice until it's too late. And I'll share the exact counterintuitive moves that can make you irresistible to buyers and free you from the owner trap. So let's start with something deceptively simple, critical as well. Have a clear goal for your business. Pretty simple, right? Bryan and Shannon call this owner's intent. And it means knowing exactly what you want from your company, not going into it blind. Do you want a massive exit like they did? Or are you building something steady that supports your lifestyle without all the financial stress? Some founders dream of building something huge that they can sell off someday for a huge payday. Others, they just want to run a profitable business for 20 years and then cash out on assets like equipment or real estate. McDonald's rings a bell on this because they own the most real estate. And the key is having a clear target. That's what it's about, because without it, you're going to be drifting, making decisions that don't move you closer to your goal at all. Why? Because you don't even have a goal in the first place. So ask yourself, what's your end game? Like, what is it? Write it down. The sooner you define it, the sooner that you can build a business around that vision and work towards your goal. But guess what? Here's where most founders stumble, and it's the exact opposite of what you would expect. So you might think being the heart and soul of your business is a good thing. We all do. But after all, you built it. You know it best. Of course you do. But Bryan and Shannon warn of something they call the owner reliance trap. What is it? It's if your business can't survive without you working every single day, it actually lowers the value if you try to sell it. Yes, lowers the value. Buyers want a company that runs smoothly without you. Think of these gurus that have businesses, info businesses built around them. If they go to sell it, but they're not included as an asset, where does the business go? Kind of a similar situation here. And here's the twist. To get a premium sale price, you need to make yourself, believe it or not, useless to the day-to-day operations. That's right, useless. So the crazy thing, this was a game changer for the Mileses. They promoted their COO to CEO so that they could step away from the day-to-day task. Because when you sell a company that's too dependent on you, buyers know that they'll have to replace you, and that's a risk, and they discount it in your offer. So if you want the highest value, start to build systems and train teams and delegate. Make your business bulletproof without you. Sounds scary, doesn't it? Yes, it's tough, but you know, it's one of the smartest moves that a founder could actually make. And believe it or not, there's more. So as we all know, being a founder can be ultimately lonely. Yes, lonely. Shannon and Bryan noticed a lot of entrepreneurs suffer from the lone wolf syndrome. And I can comment on that as well. Times get very lonely when you're the one paving the way forward. You feel isolated, you feel overwhelmed, and ultimately you're unsure where to turn to advice and get support. And I know this personally. It hurts. Who is there for you to get advice from when you're the one giving advice to everybody else in the company? And that isolation can stall not just your personal growth, but your business's growth as well. So here's a little secret. The most successful entrepreneurs, they build communities. That's right, big communities. They find peers who understand their unique struggles. They share strategies, ideas, and ultimately emotional support. And this isn't just feel-good talk, it's a business imperative. It must be done. If you want to grow, you have to grow yourself. You do. And that often means leaning on others who have been there before. Now, if you think about exiting a business as just signing a check, wait a minute. Here's the part that nobody tells you about. You literally pour years and years of your heart, your energy, your time, and your money into building something that becomes part of your identity. And then one day, you just walk away. Even if the sale goes exactly as planned, even if you hit a North Star, there's a huge shift that happens inside. You're no longer the business owner. Suddenly, you're someone else. So Bryan and Shannon, they call this a shift in identity. That's right, because you're shifting your identity, because the old identity of your business with you in it is not the identity anymore. And it can be disorienting and even painful, maybe lackluster for most part. You have to prepare what comes after the sale, not just the sale itself. It's going to get lonely, you're probably going to get depressed, you're not going to know what to do with yourself, because the next chapter is going to dramatically depend on how you adapt to this new reality. So to recap here, the major lessons from a $126 million exit that every founder needs to hear, there's a couple. Number one, know your owner's intent. We talked about that. A clear goal for the business on an exit strategy and what you want to do with the business itself. Number two, don't get trapped in being indispensable. Can the business actually run without you there in a day-to-day operation? Make yourself replaceable to increase the value. Number three, build a community. If you haven't done that yet, then you're slacking. Don't face the entrepreneur journey alone, right? Be in a community, but also build a community for yourself. And number four is prepare for the emotional shift after you sell. It's actually bigger than you think. And to put some emotion into this from a personal story, I just had a major shift at the beginning of this year at the time this video is recorded. So 2025, we had a couple of companies that we exit or we close down. That's a major shift in the last 15 years of my life, that is my identity. And you know your identity when you talk to other people, and it's the first things that you bring up about what you've done in business or who you are or what your company does. So yes, when you shift to a new venture, a new company, or something new in your life, this is ultimately creating a new identity for you. And I've been going through some very tough times managing, but I wouldn't say that it's easy. And I'm just being real with you because at the end of the day, you need to be aware of this as well. A lot of the internal change is going to be harder and a little bit more discoverable than the external, because the external, like we talked about, sign a check, get the money, walk away, shut the business down maybe, but guess what? The internal change is going to take some time to handle. So look, if you're serious about building a business that's worth millions of dollars, or you just want a thriving company that works for you, neither one of them is wrong, but you need to start implementing these lessons today, because trust me, this is the kind of advice that literally changes everything. We all think that it's external factors that we can control and that will change us, but realistically, it's internal. And only you are the ones that know how to do that and how to navigate through it. And with advice like I shared on this video, this will help you along the way so you're not blindsided when it happens. So thanks for watching this, and remember, your exit starts with your mindset, and you can start building it right now.